Alright, you'll need a Raspberry Pi Zero. There's a Waveshare one. You can probably use a knockoff AliExpress one, but this is the one that I use. We got all our printed parts here. Oh, hold on. The low profile Red Dragon switch. These are just rebranded Otemus, so you can get low profile Otemus if you want. Put those back in there. For the D-pad, a regular size Red Dragon switch, or rebranded Otemu. For Bamboo Lab screws, I'll put the link and stuff. We've got our start and select button, our home button, we've got our shoulder buttons, and our face buttons. We've got 6 of them. Oh, the D-pad switch plugs. Yeah, so let's just take that off from the 3D printing. And that's garbage. And then we've got the slider mechanism thing. This one, the top, it looks good. Doesn't look like we need to do anything. The bottom plug always needs a little bit of help. So there's there's that from the 3D printing. Let's just take that off. You can use a regular size X-Acto knife or this small one that I have. The inside, I don't know if you can see that, is also a little bit iffy. Let me take that off. So you just try to take off a little bit of that plastic that's there on the top. Yep. And then we need 5 of these actually. 4 for the shell, 1 for the this. Where's my screwdriver? The 1.5 millimeter hexagonal screwdriver. Put that on the bottom. Start screwing in until, don't overscrew, otherwise you're gonna have to reprint the thing again. There you go, it stopped. That's how it looks. If it's a little bit of plastic, you can just clean that off. You can unscrew it too. And just take off that extra bit of plastic. Yeah, that's fine. Screw it back in. Then I want to top shell. It's freshly printed. You can see a little bit of stuff that's hanging off there. This mostly looks okay. On the inside, see, we got a little bit of this from the 3D printing. Can use our X-Acto to clean that up. There you go. Realistically, it doesn't really matter that much since no one sees the inside anyway. And then, where's that top? I've got the top. There goes the top. And we can start to manually screw it slowly. And then go like that. And start screwing until, hold on, there we go. Start screwing until we can't anymore, but this one seems to be just going. That's annoying. Ugh, am I gonna have to reprint it? Maybe. Hold on. Hold on a second. Let's see here. No, I think that's okay. Seems okay. Worst case, I will reprint it if I have to, but it looks okay to me. Okay. And we've got the main body, bottom shell. Again, I've got to clean this up a little bit. Some people say this part bothered them, I think. Yeah. This part bothers them. I mean, you can always just... You can smooth it out, do whatever you want. I'm not going to bother with that, but you can if you want. The holes look okay. It's mostly okay. Yeah. Oh, then here, if there's any little bit of things sticking out, you can kind of, yeah. It's okay. A little bit on the inside, that's fine. Same thing with the one here. There's a little bit of stuff there. Nothing too complicated. And the hole here, oh, a little bit. Okay. How's that look? Yeah, there's there too. These are okay. That's actually okay as well. Yeah. Just this one here is a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't actually be perfect, really. Okay. If we take a look at the shell, I mean, obviously buttons will get plugged into here. I can put one in for you just to show as an example. There you go. I mean, it stays in there pretty good, but that was just to show you. Oh, I've got my wire wrapping tool here. There you go. Just pop that out. So, the way this is going to work is we start with the home button. If I remember correctly, it's been quite a long time since I've made a version 1. Home button, probably X and Y button, maybe even this one too, and then the 2 shoulder buttons over there and the 2 over here, and then we make our way along by going with that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and lastly we do the directional buttons. And yeah, I'm gonna start doing this in a moment. You will need some 30 gauge or 30 AWG right there. AWG 30 is what you're looking for. Wire wrapping wire that we're going to use. I'm just going to do an example of how we do this. I highly recommend you buy some pliers that have wire stripping for 30 gauge, which you can see there, AWG 30. Let me cut some piece of wire. So the reason I recommend this is, look, if I do it right there, easy, done. This tool does come with a way to do it, and you could probably get away with doing it for just one controller, but it's not fun. You put it through this hole here, comes out there, and then you have to, like, I don't know, push it against this little nub area here, and it's very fiddly. Just get the wire cutters. No, see, you can see that's where it's supposed to come off. Hold on, I'll try again. Let me just grab them with this. Just forget it. Honestly, forget it. Forget this. I might have done it once. I don't even remember. But it's really not very good at all. Like, you're really better off. Like, look. I'll do it again. Right there. Done. Buy these. Just do it. I think I got these at Canadian Tire for like $5. I'm sure you can get them for cheaper in some other store wherever you live. Absolutely necessary. What else? I don't know. I've got these. They might be useful, maybe not. But if you have these already, then you probably don't need these. You definitely want a 1.5mm hex. You will need that for the screws. You just will, unless you find different screws that you can use, which maybe you can, but I'm just telling you what I've used, and you do with that what you will, that information. Oh, here's the full-size one, which also works. I was using this for a while until I got this. So depending on what I'm cutting, I'll, choose between the two. One other tool that you'll need is, you don't really need a USB stick. You just need something that has this shape, because once you have 3 switches in here and you're going to put the 4th one in, it gets pretty difficult to like get that 4th one in there. What I end up doing is, once that switch is in there, I use this to push against and at the same time put the... You'll see when I get to it, and you'll see why. Maybe you'll find another way to do it yourself, but yeah. I'm just thinking if there's anything else. No, for the most part we got that. It switches, the wire wrapping. Oh, well, yeah, of course we need the... what the heck is it? Yes. I'll provide the wiring diagram, but this is going to go in... not like that, but like this. So we get it in there, kind of like get it in there like that. Make sure that that's poking out, and then you can kind of push down. Yeah, it's in there pretty much. And well, I mean, this part right here, it just pushes against the, or rests on top of the top chip, so that when this thing is closed, it's not going to go anywhere. And that RP2040 is going to stay in place with that just being on top of it. And you definitely want that. Okay, we'll start wiring in a moment. I'll find that wiring diagram. Make sure that when you buy your RP2040, your chip, that you buy the version that already has these pins soldered on to the chip, because you'll need them. Without them, we can't do the wire wrapping method. So just make sure that when you buy it, you buy a version that has the pins already soldered on. Alright, you want to press and hold the boot button, and then plug this in at the same time. Then let's go look on the computer screen. Now that we've confirmed that it's correctly been flash nuked and loaded the GP2040C firmware, we can simply unplug it. Okay, let's start. I'll put the diagram either in the video at the top right or something, or I'll just provide it as a picture you can download and refer to. So, let's use the wire cutters and cut off about this amount for one side. And that's about, let's get that ruler there, I don't know, 12 centimeters, 15 centimeters, something like that. That's for one side. And then we'll use our little wire wrapping tool. Put that in here. You can make it stick out a little bit, or hold on, you can bend it out. Make it stick out a little bit, then hold on to it like that. Let's put it on here and just spin it around. And if we take a look, should be good. Give it a small tug. It's good. So we're doing the home button first. So that would go here. The home button is one of the pins on the right side, so we want to make sure we leave just, maybe an extra amount of wire just in case. That's probably long enough. Let's go with that. So we'll cut, and then we'll cut roughly that amount. This should be fine. There you go. And that's for connecting to the RP2040, but we also need the ground wire, which we're going to make all of the ground wires meet in this area right here. You'll see why later, but all the ground wires that we cut for any switch will end up in this area. So let's cut the pin again, the wire again for the pin. It's good. Yeah, put that in there. There's like a small hole at the top. So not the big hole, but the very, near where this area is. There should be a tiny hole. You'll know that you got it because you'll see it pass through there. Okay, let's do that. We do this here. Again, spin it around. We're good. Now, we just do this by eye, measuring the amount that's going to have to pass through over here. You usually want to be a little bit longer than necessary, so let's go with, a bit looser. We want it to be looser, so let's go with this length is probably good. Like that. Now, for the end, we're going to twist them all together, those wires, so we want this to be longer than the length that we cut for connecting to the pins. So I would say this amount is good. Now, what length is that? That length is about 20 centimeters, so a little bit longer, maybe more than that, 20, 25 centimeters, that's fine. Okay, so as you can see, it's designed with these holes on the sides, and that's where we can pass through all the wires. So let's do that with the ground wire first. Pass that through here. There we go. And then the other wire as well. Pass that through. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter which direction you put this in as long as it's horizontal. Yeah, as long as it's from left to right, right? You don't want it to be like this. You need it to be like this, but it can be upside down or the other way around. It doesn't matter. So take it, push it in. It's all good. So this will just pass around here. For now, it doesn't really need to be perfect; it just has to be there. And then this wire. So let's move them out of the way. So that's probably fine, like that. This wire. So we want to avoid having wires in the middle here, because that's where our top plate is going to push down on. We don't want any wires in the way. So just make sure if you have any loose wire around here that it's on the sides, not in the middle. The home button is the very rightmost. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, is the corner. It's that one. So let's take that here. Put that through. Yeah. Damn it. Okay. Good. So we'll place it. Get a bit closer so you could see. Put it on top there. It doesn't matter if the wires are in the way, to be honest. Just it's on there. Spin it around. Pull it off. And let's get a close-up of that so you can see. It looks good. You can give it a small, you don't have to pull it hard, just a small tug. Just movement to see if it's good, and it's good. It's good. We can even take where is that? There you go. Let's get the button there. Give me a second. Yeah. Just put the button on. Yeah. Next one. This is the X button. Same thing. Let's get this. Roughly that amount is probably good. Hold it. Switch here. Spin it around. And so, as you can imagine, with version 1, I only ever made 30 of them, because imagine doing this 30 times for this amount of switches. It's a pain. It's not very fun. So then, you know, X is going to be here. The X pin is the third one here, so we just have to make sure that it's long enough. That's probably long enough. Let's go with that length, roughly. The nice thing about the wire wrapping is if you screw up, it's really easy to undo and fix. That's enough. It's good. Again. There we go. Same thing. Put it here. Spin it around. And it's going to go here. We're just going to do another measurement like this of roughly how long we need it to be. It needs to be roughly this long, and then we'll cut it off. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Cut it a bit longer than normal. That's long enough. Pass it through. This can sometimes be annoying to do, but whatever, it's fine. Yeah. Maybe I should zoom in. Is that better? Yeah, it's probably better. A little bit better. Yeah. Okay. Can use this to help out. To bend it up. There we go. So again, push it in place. It's all good. Take the long one, bring it around here. This one I said was the X. Yeah, it was the X. Let's get And X, I believe, is the third one from the left. So that would be 1, 2, 3, right here. Let's get that in there. Yeah. How did that turn out? Oh, looks okay. Yeah, looks okay. Where's the, oh, there it is. There's the X. We're good. Next one, again. And we do this over and over until we're done. In fact, I won't bore you with doing the whole thing, so I'll just kind of explain when we get over here that we want the wire to be longer. So, for example, starting at about, so this one, same thing, about this length, and then, you know, that length. When we get here, the hole is on the right side, so you'll still have to make sure you have an extra amount, right? Like, depending which pin you have to do it on, just make it a little bit longer. It doesn't matter if it's loose, you just push it to the side. Once we get, I don't know, to this switch roughly, you'll probably want to make the ground wire a little longer anyway. So, for example, let's say I was doing this switch and the ground wire goes here. Well, I'm not going to make it tiny because I need it to be longer. It's just better if it's longer. So, you know, the regular pin would go all the way around back there over here. But the ground wire, what we would do is this would be the ground wire, right? We'll make it go all the way here and we'll bend it back this way. So that would be the length of the ground wire for this one. I would do the same thing for the ground wires for these three. Maybe even that one, make them just a little bit longer than going up to here, even up. So, you know, just you need it to be long enough. Then for the start and select, it's actually the same thing. We're going to want the ground wire to come this way and then back this way, right? You'll want it to be about that length for the ground wire for these two. Now, start and select are actually both up here, so it's up to you if you want to make the start and select wire go all the way around and up here. You can do that. I don't remember the way I did it originally. It's possible I may have just done it this way, like passed it through this little crevice here, the start and select. I might have done that. I don't really remember. It doesn't matter, as long as you can get it to fit and it's not too tight and it's loose enough and it just fits in the shell, it should be okay. So yeah, that's it for those, the face buttons. For the shoulder buttons, it's not really that different. Like, you need it to be in that orientation. Like, do the face button first and then do the shoulder buttons. Start with the left side, then the right side. But I mean, at the end of the day, you're routing a ground wire all the way around here. And, you know, R1 is over here, so you'll just make it long enough, maybe a little bit extra long just in case. And that's it. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all of the shoulder buttons and face buttons, and I will do the D-pad buttons in a video, in like once I'm done with the other ones. Still part of this video, just because there are a few nuances with doing this part, and I want you to see them. So I'll be back in a moment, and I'll show you once I've done all the other switches. Okay, so I've done, as you could see, all the face buttons, and I just wanted to show you, like right now everything's all over the place, but you know, roughly these are all the ground wires, and oh, that will go around. We're gonna cram all that in there when it's time to put the controller together. I did end up doing the start and select this way, and I mean, you'll probably have to, you know, route the things in and just press them down, and that can all be done pretty easily, you know, like that. And yeah, you will want to use your 1mm hex to like push these ones in there once the time comes, but when we get to that I'll show you. For now I'm just going to cram all these in here because I'm going to do the shoulder buttons. So we can cram them with this. Just push them down. You know, you just, even your pinky, you know, just don't press too hard to break anything, like the wires I mean, but I mean if you can kind of just cram them all in there, it should be fine. Yeah. Okay, so as you can see, I've kind of crammed the wires in there a little bit better. So now we just have the whole mess sticking out here. Those are all the ground wires. I'm going to go ahead and start with the shoulder buttons. These will get routed pretty much the same as the other. Like, you know, one wire will come to each pin, same thing there. And the rest of them will all, you know, make them all come around this way for the ground wires. So I'll be back with that once I'm done. Okay, so we're close to being done. I just wanted to show you how I wired the shoulder buttons here. If you take a closer look, you can see that, to be honest, the L1, L2, R3, L3, I mean, it doesn't really matter how you wire them. If you wire them to a different pin, you can always just change it in the software later. That kind of goes for all the pins, but I'm just doing it this way because it's just simpler. Or that's how I did it originally, and I guess I'm just used to it. So you can kind of see the passages, how I've wired all the stuff. You know, this clump is getting bigger and bigger. We should probably wire the ground pin as well. We're going to need one ground pin for the actual ground where it'll connect to the rest of these wires, and it'll come here as well. So I'll do that, and then we'll do all these four together because that's kind of important. Yeah. Okay, we're going to get started with the directional buttons. I've already pre-wired this one up, so we're going to want this to be the top and this to be the bottom. It probably doesn't actually matter, but that's just the way I've always done it. So we'll start with up. Up, yeah. So as you can tell, the long wire will be the ground wire. Let's get that in there. You didn't see me do this with the other switches, but you know, there's always some fiddling given the small spaces. Put that in there. There we go. Okay, this part a bit annoying. Ugh. Okay, so that's good. Let's, there we go. It's ground wire, up wire, and according to our chart, or the little infographic, which will either be on the video or I'm gonna put a link to, up is over here. Okay, just wrap this a little bit around here. Now I want you to know, if for some reason you mess this up and you know, make it down or right or left, or you know, you do something like that, it doesn't matter. You can undo it and rewire it because we're not soldering anything, we're just wire wrapping. And that's only if you really want to, because like I said before, it doesn't matter because we'll go into the firmware and just change what the pin does from within the firmware. So we're doing this just by convention, but if you do mix up the pins, doesn't matter, we'll go into the software and change it anyway. Okay, let's do the next one. Next one is, I believe, left. We'll go with left. So, cut that out, roughly that amount, whatever. There we go. So you can probably tell that, you know, it's okay to do this one time, but imagine doing this for multiple controllers. So that's why for, you know, version 2 and 3 I moved to a PCB, although I still have to do manual wiring for this section at least. But in version 3 I think it's just the screen and this that I have to do this wire wrapping. Everything else is soldered, which is nice. Okay, left. Do I want to pass by the top? I guess so. We'll pass by the top. The left one is around here. I'll make it a little bit longer just in case. Cut that out. Then again, about that amount. We're good. Now for the ground wire. Now I mentioned it already, but for all of the ground wires, even the bottom one, no, maybe not the bottom one. For definitely the top three will go around. For the bottom one, maybe we'll go to the bottom, but the space is so tight, I really just prefer going around. I know it's longer and more annoying, but it's easy after when you wire all the switches together after. Yeah, let's do that. Back into there. Let's unravel that a bit. So if we start from here, roughly, account for this little dip here. That should be long enough. Let's switch out. Where is that? Right here. There we go. See, you can see how fast that is. Not having to use the bad the bad thing on the actual wiring wrapping tool. Okay. So far so good, right? So far so easy for the switches here. Move that out of the way. Yeah. Go here and then let's get that in there. Damn it. See, it's already starting to get a little bit annoying. Okay, we're good. See, because I mean it's right close up. Pretty close up. Let's do this one. I said this was left. Yeah, so left on our little chart is just above the A button. So that pin is right over here. Okay. We'll do that. Ground and yeah, we'll fix that a little bit better after, but for now that's fine. Ugh, so annoying. Wires coming loose. Don't worry, I promise you. Once we're done with everything and we cram all the wires in properly and screw the shell on, it'll all be okay. Down. The down pin is right up under the up pin. Let's do that again so you can see why I didn't bore you with showing you every single button being done, but I'm doing it for the D-pad because it's just a little slightly more involved. Put that in there. See? Like that. I always do the top one first, but it doesn't matter at all. At all. Down, I think for the down, it'll make sense to pass by through the bottom area. That's fine. We can do that. We don't need to go all the way around for that one. Let's see. Yeah, that's probably long enough. Again, if it's not long enough, you just, you have way more than you need in one of these rolls, and they're really cheap, so you have infinite wire to try, basically. Do that again. Okay. Put that in there. Now how do right now I I definitely want to go around for the ground wire. I just do. It's less annoying to pass through that area. I still have to pass around here, so through there, roughly around there. That's probably long enough. That's long enough. Okay, and I said that was the down one, right? Yeah, I did. The down one. Yeah. Pass that through. Look at all those pieces of wire. Yeah. I'll have to throw all that out after. Okay. Yeah, it's in the correct orientation. See, it's already getting... Damn it. Alright. Hold on. Got it. There we go. Okay. So, let's pass this one through here. Just shove that in there. Make it a little fit better. Down is the one just under up, so it's the one right over here. Okay, I see. We don't want that to pass over. Right behind. That's the ground wire. This one's easy to pass over here. Whatever. Okay. Last switch. This is the one that's annoying to put in because there's limited room here. And as you can see, that's why this thing's useful. Yeah. See? Keeps the... I mean, you don't have to use this USB key, just something with the same shape. You could probably get away without doing it too, but it'll just take longer, it'd be more annoying to do, but it's doable. Get that off. Do this here. Okay. How much length do we need for that? It's the right one. Yeah, the right one. It's about here, but slightly longer. Just in case. Okay. There we go. Now the ground wire. Suppose you can probably tell I've done this a lot. Okay, unroll that, measure it, that's roughly good. Cut it, and yeah. Here we go. This is the very annoying part, which will probably be even more annoying since I have to do this on the camera as well. Just so you know, I'm using my cell phone camera with like this like arm thing that I bought from Amazon, which is working out pretty well. Okay. Don't want that passing by twice. Okay, here's the annoying part. Ugh. Where's that USB stick? Here it is. Let's try to get this in the picture a little bit better. So I'll put that in there. Push it up against it. Lower it a bit. Ugh. How annoying. I'll need to get that back in there. Okay. I know you can't see, but just trust me, it's very annoying. You can use this little thing to help out too. You know, I don't know if it's more annoying to do these ones or the low profile ones. Oh no, there we go. I got it. Okay. now, hold on. Oh no, is the wire not in there properly? It's so annoying. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's good. Where's the other one? The other one is okay. No, we're good. We're good. And we stick it in there. Did I get it in? Okay. Yeah, it's good. It's in there. Okay, where's the wire now? Is this the short one? I'm pretty sure it is. Kind of hard to tell. Hold on. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Okay. One over here. Okay. And that is the last one that is right over here. Super. Now for the other kind of annoying part. Getting all these wires wrapped together. We're not going to do this part just yet. These we're going to shove in between here, but not yet. We have to make sure that the switches are working, or the buttons work. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 buttons, which means 17 wires, but there's also the ground wire. So now you have to collect all of these wires and put them together next to each other like that. There should be 18, so count them all as you do it. So there's 3, 4, 5. This is why you want to make them a bit longer. It's just easier. Ugh, it's so annoying. All right, let me start with the long ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. All right, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14. Where's the other ones? 15, 16, 16. 2 more. Where are they? 17. Would that be it? 17? Could be. Damn it. It's getting difficult. It's getting difficult now. I suppose you could probably do them in clumps and then bunch them all together, but I don't know. I've always done it this way. Was that at 17? I lost count. Whatever. I don't see any other loose wires, do you? Not that you can talk back to me. Ugh. Should I count them all again? Oh, I don't want to. I guess I will. It's just 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god. So annoying. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm missing one. Where is it? Damn it. Oh, there it is. It's like hidden in here. There it is. 18. Okay. So here's how we're going to do this. Let's just spread them apart a little bit again. You want to get them as close together in the metal parts, like the length part. There we go. Can use this to help. Yeah, that's good. See if I can get this a little bit better here. Oh, 2. So there should be 18 here. Then what we do is we twist them all. Twist. All the way. There we go. Okay, now we are going to fold it over and twist once more, but first we need to plug it in and just check that all the buttons are working. So we're going to do that now. Okay, now that we've made sure all the buttons work from Windows, we're gonna put the plugs in. The reason we need these is because if we don't put them, sometimes the switches can pop out of their socket. It doesn't seem to happen in the V2 and V3 with the low profile switches, but I still put and make, these for them too, that are smaller for those because they're low profile switches, but for these you definitely need them, otherwise they're gonna pop out. So you put them in between the black spots. Let me show you here. They go in between these two, the black things. You can kind of see little ridges there. They might be a little difficult to pop. No, I guess not. They're harder than the other ones to pop in. These are, wow, that's really easy. I'm used to the low profile switches now, so it was a lot more hard. They just glide in easily. Okay, that's good. Make it easier for you guys. And the last one. That's it. Doesn't matter if it sticks out. I mean, it should be at least flush or below, but it's just there to keep the switches in place, so that really doesn't matter that much. Now, the next annoying part is really just cramming all these wires in. So let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, right. This part you can actually now double twist, I guess. Yeah, double twist. And that's fine. That's it. Now we have to cram all of these in here. I'm going to use this to help me. Over here doesn't really matter that much, but I'm going to do it anyway. Just keep the middle clear. Yeah. So we'll go along, cram all those wires in. Cram them all in there. Here as well. Now you can see exactly why we needed the wires to be kind of long. Let me cram these in here too. And now it's just a matter of cramming all these wires into here. So you can do this however you want. Just do it slowly. Slowly but surely you can get all these wires crammed in. It's not fun, it's annoying, but yeah. It's necessary. Let's kind of put these in here. You really want to just shove them into this corner as much as possible. But keep this hole clear here. This hole, we're going to need that, so don't let any wire be in the way of that. Yeah, we can shove this in here. That would be okay. However you do it, doesn't really matter too much. Yeah. Okay. Just want to show you guys. Okay. So in my case, I shoved the end over here. That's fine, as long as it doesn't go around here, because you don't want it to touch any of these pins, and it's not going to touch any of these because they're underneath. So anywhere, just cram all the wires anywhere here. Take your time to do it. Just flatten them out, let them go in there somewhat naturally, and most importantly, make sure that there's no wires on top of this, because we're going to use screws now. Everything else looks okay. Yeah, looks okay. There's no wires in the way of the middle part here, and that's important. And that's pretty much it. So now let's put the top on. So we get the top on. Gonna put it in slowly. Make sure. There you go. That goes in slowly. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, just put it in gradually. Slide it. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, there you go. Make sure this part here, you push that in. Ugh, damn it. I think it's mostly good. Yeah. Okay. That could be a bit annoying. Okay, let's get our screws. Our bamboo lamp screws. And let's start with, it doesn't really matter where you start. I'll start with the top. Get it in there. So we start screwing in, maybe jiggle it around a bit. You'll feel it catch. Once you feel it catch, screw it in for a bit. Then let go. We'll do the other one. Same thing here. Put it in. Start screwing until you feel it catch. Once it catches, just screw it in a little bit more. Then do the top part. Screw it up, screw it in until it catches. Let it catch. Screw it in a little bit. Stop. And lastly, screw this one in too until it catches. And since this is the last one, you can just keep screwing until you basically feel, it's getting harder to screw. You don't want to overscrew. Just screw until, okay, now I'm feeling quite a bit of resistance, so I just stop. Same thing with this one. Start screwing. Okay, there's enough resistance there. Stop. Same thing with this one here. Fair amount of resistance. Stop. And where's the hole in that one? Right here. It's the first one that we did, I think. That's it. Stop. And we're basically done. I mean... Oh. Okay, I can see why I switched over to... This definitely works. But, yeah, the V2 and V3 I think are better. And I see why. Although it works. Did it really fill this? It just doesn't feel as good as the V2 or V3, but it makes sense as to why I would have switched to those larger switches. Oh, it'll definitely work though. I haven't played around with one of these in a long time, so... But that's pretty much it. Yeah. So yeah, all the 3D files and stuff will be available on MakerWorld. If you'd like to support me, you could buy FightWedge V3 or something, or not. Or, you know, I'll put the 3D files for sale on Etsy for like a few dollars, and I mean, they're freely available on MakerWorld anyway. But if you want to support me, you can buy the 3D files, I guess, as a way to, you know, whatever. Or I'll put a Bitcoin receiving address in the YouTube description if you want to support me that way. That's pretty much it. There's not much else to it. You can make yourself a couple of these for you and your friends. You can make them and sell them if you really want to, but as you have probably already guessed, it's not very much fun to wire every single switch individually for that many switches. I only ever made 30 of these V1s. Yeah. So we'll see if I ever make a V2 open source. It'll probably be made the same way as this one, so you don't have to solder anything. Maybe the only difference would be this part here will be the updated part. I don't know. I don't feel like doing anything more right now. This is enough. Enjoy.